Boys, did you know that all modern video games are gay and stupid? Well, AndyPants Gaming says they are. Okay, well, he uses a different word than stupid to describe them, but I can't say that word because YouTube will banish me to the shadow realm if I do. So I won't. I do want to point out that that opinion of all modern games being gay and stupid comes from this guy.
You're a man. You're not a woman. You're not gay. You're not trans. You're not bisexual. You're not pansexual.
It's so dumb. This is just so dumb. Like, you're not gay. You're not trans. You're not bi. Like, does he genuinely believe that anybody's gonna watch this and be like, oh shit, I'm not bisexual? I'm not gay? Oh, well, thanks for telling me, random stranger on the internet. Now I know. Like, honestly, what was the idea behind this?
Work a real job. Get around some real men. Do manual labor. Do something difficult. I promise any gender confusion leaves your body the moment you lift some heavy weight.
Yeah, I am 100% sure that that is not how that works. Also, how does it apply to all the... Because that's gender confusion. You also, like, you're not gay. Does lifting weights also cure the gay, AndyPants? I wonder. What kind of stupid fucking bullshit is this? I also love how in this video specifically he gives a bunch of rules, I guess, or advice for how men should live. But then for like, I want to say like 1 out of every 3, he has some sort of excuse why this specific advice does not apply to him and he doesn't have to follow that rule. It's so funny.
Number 1, if you're under 18 and addicted to video games, what the heck are you doing? Get out of the house, dude. You're in the prime of your life. It's time to go do something. Get off the video games. Go do something with your life. I'm on video games now because I'm 41, I'm married and I have a kid and I'm stuck at the house. Can't really do anything else, but...
Like, see how funny this is? Guys, go outside, do something with life, don't play video games. But that doesn't apply to me. I can sit inside all day and be a loser and don't have a job and play video games. But you can't, okay? Because that's not what real men do. But again, doesn't apply to me. I also like how in this video he says multiple times shit like, you have to take care of your wife, and she can't have a job, and she can't drive the car. And it's like, but then he says this, it's like, I'm at home all day, doing nothing, playing video games, which to me implies that your wife is the one taking care of you by providing. But I guess that also doesn't matter. How are you this much of like just a fucking loser, dude? You're 41. You're 41 years old. You're pathetic, dude. If I was your child, I'd be so fucking ashamed of you. I'm not even lying.
Random fact. Did you know the Bible commands men to act like men and women to act like women? Pretty cool.
I love when they use the Bible or religion as a reason or a basis for their hate, because it's so clear that they're not even actually religious. They're not really Christians, right? They just use Christianity as a reason to hate women and people of different sexualities and others, essentially, right? They just love using religion as a basis for that, because they ignore all the other shit in the Bible about like, love thy neighbor, be kind, don't judge people. You know, that's God's job to judge people, not yours. They just don't care.
The patriarchy was good.
Yeah, okay. The patriarchy was good, guys. It was good when women didn't have any rights. That was actually really good. Now, I'm not gonna let a guy who like clearly hates women like this tell me how to be a man, especially not if he has the fucking Jimmy Neutron haircut. Also, I like how he comes up with all these, again, all these rules for how to be a man that he himself doesn't follow, right? Because he says, oh, to be a man you need to do like hard physical labor. He doesn't look like he's done a fucking day's work in his entire goddamn life. He literally admits to spending all day inside playing video games doing nothing. And I know I don't look it, but I actually have done hard physical labor in my life. I've worked like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week during my gap year. So by his definition, well, not just by his definition, by any definition, I'm more of a man than he will ever be. Now anyway, that was just an introduction to who this guy is, right, as a person. And now we're gonna get into why he thinks all modern games are gay and stupid. All of them.
Anyway, the last time I did this video, some of you guys thought I was being selective and handpicking games from 20 years ago that look masculine just to make present day games look worse. I wasn't, but just to avoid that argument, here's what I'm doing. I am picking 4 games that Xbox is releasing to Game Pass right now. These are clearly games they expect us to play. Now I am going back exactly 20 years, and I'm looking at what Xbox was releasing around the time of October 2004.
Okay, so you still did handpick all of these games. The only, I guess, the reason why you didn't, apparently, is because they all came out in October 2004 or October 2024. That is not true, because the games on the right, the new games from 2024, did not release in 2024. They released at various different dates in the past couple of years, but they all came to Xbox Game Pass in 2024. Also, Xbox didn't release any of these games, except for Halo 2 in 2004. You still handpicked games you liked versus games you don't like, or games that look gay, I guess. Yeah, you still handpicked them. Also, nobody expects you to play these games. You said, like, these are clearly games they expect us to play. Games are there for if you want to play them. No one expects you to play anything, right? Especially if you only play, like, I'm not sure if you've ever owned a gaming system. Apparently you spent all day playing video games doing nothing. So you have a gaming system, I assume. You know that if you only play first-person shooters, for example, you will only be recommended first-person shooters, right? In the store. Right, at least on Steam in the store, right? And there will be some other games there that are just on the front page because they just released or for advertisement. But if you go to like the For You, like recommended games, that they won't just randomly have like a fucking Tetris game, like puzzle game in there if you only play first-person shooters, for example.
Now you might say, but you're comparing indie games with AAA games. Look, dude, I don't care what you want to call these games or how you want to classify them. All I know is I sit down at my Xbox and these are the games available to me.
Yeah, guys, he doesn't want to know how these games were made or how to categorize them or why they look the certain way they do or who made them or whatever. That doesn't matter because that would go against his argument, right? So, hey, all he knows is these are games that are available on his Xbox. And he doesn't want to look any deeper into it than that because that would go against the argument he's trying to make, okay? And that would look bad for him.
In October 2004. Meanwhile, these are the games Phil Spencer and his squad of gay men think that I actually want to play in October 2024.
No, they don't, guys. Like, stop thinking. Nobody is releasing these games for you, right? The world does not revolve around you. When Phil Spencer is deciding what games, or whoever, like the team from Game Pass is deciding what games to put on Game Pass, they're not thinking, what does AndyPants Gaming want to play? Because they don't care. Okay, nobody fucking cares what you want to play. These games are just there for the people who do want to play them. Is that so difficult to understand?
All right, let's let the embarrassment begin. And we're starting with Wargroove 2. Steam says this: trouble stirs on the shores of Ariana. An ambitious new faction has unearthed forbidden relics capable of catastrophic consequences. But how far will they go to achieve glory? Dear God, like Xbox, you expect me to play this? This is the kind of game you see on that little screen at Chili's that you pay your check on. Like really, Phil, we doing Applebee's games now? All right, and let's compare this game with something that came out the exact same month in 2004, Halo 2. Following the destruction of Halo, human...
Okay, so this is what he does the entire video. Well, first I do have to say, again, Wargroove 2 came out in 2023, not October 2024. It just came to Game Pass in October 2024. It's not that hard to, you know, Google shit. Second of all, again, this game was not made specifically for you. No one expects you to play this. This game was made for the people who do want to play it. As simple as, right? And now we're actually going to get into part. He will compare games to each other like this for the entire fucking video. First of all, he will compare games to each other that are incomparable. You can't compare a game like Wargroove, which is like a top-down strategy game with pixel art and a cartoon art style, and compare it to fucking first-person shooter Halo 2, which with a realistic art style. You can't, like, they're the same medium, but they're completely different parts of the same medium. It's like comparing fucking Picasso to Van Gogh, you can't do that. They're both painters, they both made paintings, right? But they're in completely different art styles. You can have a favorite, sure, like you, for example, in this case, prefer Halo 2. That is fine. Someone else might prefer strategy games like wargroove. That's fine too. But you can't compare the two directly. You can't compare first-person shooters to other first-person shooters, sure, but not like... You can't compare a strategy game to a first-person shooter. That is not that far-fetched of a thing to say. It seems pretty logical to me. And then he will also do this thing where he doesn't actually know what wargroove is. He just made fun of it, right? Read, I guess, the description of the game in a funny voice. And then actually compared it to a game he does really like and has played. Like, that's fair. Like, that's comparing... Like, I read, for example, the entire A Song of Ice and Fire book series, right? I know that shit off by heart. And that's like if I were to compare that to, I don't fucking know, Wheel of Time, while I've only read like the fucking back of the first Wheel of Time book in a funny voice. And then compared it to a book series I know really fucking intricately well. That doesn't make sense. But he will do this the entire fucking time. It's so stupid. And I don't understand how his fans actually watch this. I'm like, yes, that's a good point.
Katamari. The stop at nothing pushing prince is back and ready to re-roll. When the king of all cosmos accidentally destroys all the stars in the sky, he orders you, his pint-sized princely son, to put the twinkle back in the heavens above.
Now, yes, I fully understand this is a remaster or a sequel of, ironically, a 2004 game.
Yeah, that's not just ironic, but there's another game on this list, Trials of Mana, which is also a remake from a 90s game, so it technically predates all of your 2004 games. And Wargroove is a spiritual successor to the Advanced Wars series, which is a game series from the early 2000s and the 90s. So, out of the 4 modern day games, not only are like a couple of them not even released in October, well, none of them were released in October 2024, 3 of them technically also aren't even really modern games. Well, 2 of them literally aren't modern games, they're just remakes, and one of them is a spiritual successor to an old game. I also still have not heard him explain at all why these games are gay or stupid. He just reads every single one of them, the description in a funny voice, and then talks into detail how much he likes whatever 2004 game he's comparing it to. That's not explaining anything. That's not making an argument. You're not making an argument when you're doing that. I assume that this reason for why these games are gay is because they have a cartoon art style and they have colors. Because that's the only thing that the games that he likes seem to lack. They all have a realistic art style. They're kind of devoid of color or use a lot of like edgy, cool, black and gray colors. And all these games that he hates, the modern gay games, they all use a lot of color and cartoony art styles and shit. So I guess that's why they're gay and bad.
All right, here's the next gay game we're talking about.
All you need is help. Dive into a quirky, multiplayer, co-op puzzle game where adorable, fluffy, cute-shaped creatures jostle against each other to help solve puzzles together.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you got off the shift at the steel mill doing backbreaking manual labor all day and your first thought is, I can't wait to play with adorable cube-shaped creatures, I hate to break it to you, dude, but you're gay.
This game is clearly a game for children or for families to play together or couples to play together or whatever, but it's not, yeah, I guess it's not a manly game, but it's clearly a children's game. I don't understand. The children's game's gay because it doesn't have guns and it has color and it's not manly enough. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's a children's game. It's a family game. It's a puzzle game. Why are you, like, and you're gonna compare it to, like, some weird fucking, like, shooter from, like, from 2004, right? Which I'm sure that game, that you're gonna compare it to is fine. But it's weird. And it's not an argument. It doesn't make any sense. You're stupid. You're very fucking stupid.
And, I get it. This game is aimed at children or whatever. But like I said, we had 10 badass new games coming out at this same time 20 years ago, and now we have none.
That's just, again, not true. There are plenty of games that came out this year that are, like, I guess, manly or masculine. My guy's just, I guess, choosing to ignore, like, Space Marine 2 or whatever. And I can guarantee you that back in 2004, child-friendly, colorful games also came out. You just literally mentioned one earlier in this video. Katamari came out in 2004. So I guess you're just fucking retarded.
So if you deny that the industry is gay now, I think you're just lying. So what based game shall we compare this with? Oh, just possibly the greatest game of all time. GTA San Andreas.
If you genuinely think that GTA San Andreas, which is a fine game, right? It's pretty good. But if you think it's one of the best games of all time, you must have some kind of mental illness. I'm sorry to tell you. It's okay. It's good. I guess, again, this is preference. You know, which is, by the way, your entire video is just you using your preference of games to call games you don't like gay. And also here he just goes on like a fucking, I want to say like 2-minute tangent about how great GTA San Andreas is. And like how good of a game it is and how much he played it. So again, he's comparing a game that he knows very well, right? And really likes to a game he's never fucking played before. And just read the description of.
Alright, on to the last game, Trials of Mana. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be triggered by this because you love anime, and I too remember playing Secret of Mana as a child and loving it. And furthermore, I can't speak to the story of Trials of Mana because I haven't played this game and I'm not going to play it. But this art style is gay, dude. This is a gay art style, and I can't get into this game.
Yes, exactly. You can't get into the game because you don't like the art style. It doesn't go for everybody. Clearly. Right? And I guess the art style is gay and childlike because it has, I don't know, he doesn't explain, but I'm assuming it's because it has colors and is an anime art style, and therefore it's gay, and it's a homosexual art style because colors, guys. Yeah, this is essentially, that's what this entire video comes down to. Modern day games are gay and stupid because they have color and they're not as good as these hand-picked games from 2004 I did like. Because you very clearly, again, you picked games from 2024 that you didn't like. Because you didn't mention like Space Marine 2 or any, I guess, manly games that came out this year, because that would go against your argument. Instead, you hand-picked games from 2004 you liked, and you compared them to games that came out on Game Pass in October that you didn't like, which is very ironic because one of those games, again, did come out in 2004. This whole video is stupid. You're stupid. Your reasoning for why new games suck is just, I don't like these specific 4 games I handpicked, and they're gay because they have colors. That's not an argument. That's not anything. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, with that being said, boys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.